Episode 732. As he walked, about to message Wei Chen and ask, a muddy puddle beside him churned. A venomous insect, caked in filth, leaped up and lunged at Lord Grimm mid-air. Yi Shu's reflexes were lightning fast. Without even closing the private chat window, he executed an attack command. Silver light flashed as the myriad manifestations umbrella shifted into sword form, and Lord Grimm unleashed a draw cut, cleaving the poisonous insect out of the air. The poisonous insect hit the ground, but without a moment's hesitation, it flew right back at him. Among the least popular mobs in Glory, the poison flies of the Poison Fang Swamp definitely rank near the top. They're small, fast, and usually lurking in the swamp, making them a pain for any class to deal with. This made the Poison Fang Swamp a thoroughly unpopular leveling zone. But in front of a god like Yi Shu, a mere mob wasn't about to cause any trouble. The poisonous fly landed and rose, but Lord Grimm's sword light was faster. Yi Shu couldn't be bothered to use the myriad manifestations umbrella's forms. With a sword in hand, he simply carved the poisonous fly into a corpse. Unfortunately, a level 65 mob killed by a level 54 character. The damage output is a slog. The experience is pitifully nerfed to almost nothing, and it's a massive loss all around.
Not bad at all.
A voice rang out beside him. It was Wei Chen, who had apparently crawled out of some mud pit, his entire set of gear caked in grime.
Where's the boss? Over here. Watch your step.
How am I supposed to be careful with this?
Yi Shu couldn't help but feel a bit helpless. This was already deep within the Poison Fang Swamp, where mud pits and puddles of all sizes were practically everywhere. Even if you knew which pits hid the poison flies, it was utterly impossible to avoid them.
Shh, and they call themselves a pro. Pathetic.
Wei Chen's windward formation led the way, and he pulled something from his pocket. With a soft pop, it ignited. Then he flicked it to the ground. A faint blue smoke rippled outward like a spreading ripple. In every mud pit it passed, the toxic flies burst out like startled birds fleeing far from the smoke. Yi Shu took one look at the insect-repelling incense and thought, sure, he'd like to use it, but that was a level 70 item. This was Wei Chen's special brand of pettiness. Even this could become a reason to look down on Yi Shu. Following windward formation for a stretch, they were close to the coordinates he'd given Yi Shu earlier. Yi Shu saw that this guy had come to pick him up in person, and a bad feeling already settled in his gut.
Oh, you actually managed to get away? Don't tell me you haven't even laid a finger on that boss yet?
As expected of a pro truly prescient and all-knowing.
Wei Chen let out an admiring remark.
What's the situation now?
5 guilds have already arrived. No one's made a move yet. They're all still in the planning phase.
What plan?
Waiting for you was my entire plan just now. Now that you're here, let's figure out the next step. Come on, don't be shy.
Wei Chen's windward formation finally came to a stop after weaving past a few trees up ahead. He called for Yi Shu to hurry over. Lord Grimm went to take a look and found a whole crowd of people, their IDs all vaguely familiar. Seemed like they were the same bunch Wei Chen had led into battle against him the other day. Yi Shu gave a casual greeting, and they responded in kind. Nothing cold, but nothing warm either. Everyone's perspective was locked on what lay ahead. So, what exactly was ahead? Over on Yi Shu's end, the moment Lord Grimm's camera angle shifted, he nearly blew a gasket. Ahead, players. And not just any players, guild players. As things stood, the Marsh Hunter rep wasn't even in Wei Chen's line of sight. All they could see were the guild players surrounding the Marsh Hunter rep from every direction. As for Wei Chen's crew, they were stuck on the outermost fringe, nothing more than bystanders passing by. Yi Shu had actually thought Wei Chen had found some kind of advantage, but given the current situation, he'd be lucky if he wasn't mistaken for a scavenger and taken out first.
Did you come here to fight the boss or to scavenge?
Yi Shu began to question Wei Chen's motives. He decided he needed to get to the bottom of this.
Scavenging? How shameless can you get? A top-tier pro like you, have you no standards left? Scavenging, you've got some nerve. We're here to fight the boss. Only if we can't take it down do we scavenge the leftovers.
Hey, with this situation, teach me how to snatch the boss.
No, you should be the one teaching me. Lend me your shamelessness and I'll get the job done.
So here's the plan. You all strip down and run naked outside. That'll draw everyone's attention. I'll slip in and one-shot the boss. What do you think?
Running around naked isn't the problem. The problem is, how exactly do you plan to one-shot the boss?
I have my ways. You take the team and go streak first.
Hold on a moment. Let's take a closer look at their situation first.
You've been here for ages. Haven't you had enough of observing yet?
The situation keeps changing. See, another guild just showed up.
I saw 4 on my way here.
Any overlap with what we saw before?
2 of them aren't.
So 8 guilds have already arrived. Impressive. Maybe we should head back first.
About time.
And yet, for all their talk, neither character budged an inch. In fact, they edged forward, trying to get a better look.
Damn it, keep your head down. Don't let anyone see your ID. That name of yours is like a pile of crap right now. It's a fly magnet.
Hello, flies.
Yi Shu said to Wei Chen. In the Venom Fang Swamp, 8 guilds, Herbal Hall, Misty Rain, Valiant Brigade, Samsara, Jia Dynasty, Blue Brook Guild, 100 Blossoms, and Voidbreaker, each held their own corner. They had discovered the boss at slightly different times. The first guild to find the boss wasn't slacking off. They just couldn't sneak a kill before the others caught on. Once they spotted rival guilds watching, they abandoned the attempt, and that's how things ended up in this deadlock. None of the 8 guilds made a move. They were all waiting for their respective guild leaders to make the call. A level 65 wild boss was no small matter. It warranted the guild leader's personal appearance. When the 8 guild leaders gathered there, an awkward silence fell over them first. These guilds had always been rivals, but lately they'd grown a lot closer. Yesterday, the guild leaders had gathered to give Lord Grimm a thorough scolding for causing trouble back in the 10th server. Now, in the span of a single night, they were all meeting again, not to fight side by side, but to draw their blades against each other. Though they'd all long since accepted this outcome, it still felt a bit off. After all, joining forces against Lord Grimm was a rather different matter. As they say, true feelings are forged in hardship. Running into Lord Grimm counted as a hardship for all of them, and the bonds they developed through that shared ordeal were a far cry from the usual alliances of convenience, the ones built on occasional cooperation, petty advantages, and splitting gold and silver.